Hey guys, it's me Shane. I'm here to give you a episode review, recount of the Mandalorian Chapter 16, The Rescue. This is the season finale. I know again I jumped in here late, but some certain things happened, and this was a fantastic episode. Just wow. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get into what happened. I'm gonna tell you implications of things. We're gonna talk about these amazing parts. It's just me. Wish I had other people around to talk about this with, because this is just amazing. And talk about why this is awesome. So, in this episode, as we know from last episode, you know, Baby Yoda, Grogu, the child, the kid, he was taken by the Death Troopers, taken back to Moff Gideon. We start this episode off with a familiar face, the clone doctor, one of the last ones from the old times who knows how to clone people and clone creatures. He's on this Imperial ship, and Boba Fett ship is chasing him. They're able to disable that ship. They board. They let them know we're gonna board, and it's kind of funny. One of the Imperial troopers that was flying this guy, he said, "Look, I'm not with him. We can make a deal." He gets shot by this guy as he takes out his blaster and holds it to him. He's basically trying to tell him, "I have all the leverage." You know, uh, you kill him, even the Republic will be, not the Republic, the rebels. Everyone will be upset because it's the last guy, right? And he sees Cara Dune, and he's basically goading her on, saying, "Oh yeah, I remember Alderaan being destroyed. I was there. I was on the Death Star." And she makes the joke of which one. Perfect joke, but he's saying, "Yeah, your planet dying. It was only, it doesn't compare to what we lost on the Death Star. It doesn't compare to the fact that this was the only way to get rid of terror." She blasts this guy in the face, just flat out blasts him, kills him. They get the clone scientist guy, and then Boba Fett and Mando make a trip to see our old friend Bo-Katan and her. I never took the time to find this character's name, but Mercedes Fernandez, Sasha Banks, the current SmackDown Women's Champion. She's there with Bo-Katan and both Mandalorians, and the conversation goes. He's saying, they took the kid. I want to get him back. Moff Gideon has him, and she's basically, you can't find him. He informs her, "Yeah, I know where he is," and she begins, talking crap to Boba Fett. I've heard that voice many times before. "You disgrace of that armor." He's like, "This is my father's armor." "You mean your donor's armor?" And he says one of the coldest lines. "This might be the last time you ever hear this voice." He gets into a nice little scuffle uh, with Mercedes' character. For some reason, my feed was kind of jumping through that quick scuffle, but it was squashed. They decided to help. She informs Mando she wants Moff Gideon to bow to her and surrender the dark saber over. It's the only way to restore Mandalore to his former glory. And he's like, "You know what? I'll do whatever you want. Just help me get the kid back." They go back and talk to this scientist guy, the cloning doctor, and you know they're saying they're going over the plan, and he's telling them, this part of the plan's not going to work. Initially, they thought he was full of BS, but he's saying, "No, seriously, this is what's going on. This is what's going to happen." By the way, the Death Watch troopers are on there. You may think that this, ship isn't fully staffed like a normal one would be, this Imperial cruiser, but he has a Death Watch on there. And it's basically not the original Death Watch, the ones with the armor with people. They have eliminated the last frailty of that, which is the human element, and they're all droids, killer droids. They're the ones that took Grogu from the Calling Stone. And boy, oh boy, so Mando has to go on alone to try to uh, not not disable the Death Watch, but he has to get them out through a air hatch, close the doors because they're gonna have a hard time dealing with him. Meanwhile, everybody else is gonna cause the diversion and go after Moff Gideon. They play up the plan because they have this imperial ship. They're playing as if Boba Fett's trying to attack them and kill them. Instead of being granted clearance to land, Moff Gideon tells them, deploy TIE fighters. The TIE fighters get into a scuffle. They obviously going to disobey them, telling them don't come in. They come in, a firefight starts, and one of the things I really want to note is that, uh, not Django, my lord, Mando's team is comprised of four badass women. And Boba Fett, who's, he was flying the distraction, he took out those TIE fighters quite easily once he left and went into hyperspace. But my goodness, you have Finnick, you have Cara Dune, you have Bo-Katan, and you got whoever Mercedes' character is, right? They're doing an amazing job. They're shooting these guys down uh, one by one. One of the coolest moments was when they're on this. It's like a walking path, but underneath them is a little force field to keep the air in. The Mandalorians they jump down while the Cara and Finnick are being surrounded from the back, fly up, take them all out. Cara has a moment where her gun, her basically Gatling laser, jams, and she's using it to just whack guys in the head. They're in the elevator. She's shaking this thing down so it can start working again. Meanwhile, on Mando's side, he creeps out. He's stealthily moving through, making his way. He gets to the Moff Gideon's already told the young lady that seems to be his number two, charge up the death troopers. And what the clone guy told us said, they have to be kept cold. They run very hot, so it's going to take them a couple minutes. But once they get running, they get running, and these things are ready to be deployed. Mando makes it just in the nick of time to close the door, but one opens up and comes through. This thing, if it wasn't for Mando's Veskarian armor, this thing would have killed him outright. It was whooping his butt. It's like a killer rock'em sock'em robot, just constantly punching him in the face. And he's able to move around and get around and tries to shoot. He even his flamethrower has no effect. So he gets his the Veskarian spear that he got from the one mission when he was with Ahsoka Tano. That is able to take it out. He hits the hatch and gets those Death Watch out. So now he's gonna make his way over to the kid. They already found out that he's in a holding cell, and is under constant watch. The guards move. Meanwhile, Bo-Katan's group, they've taken over flight deck, and Moff Gideon isn't there. Where's Moff Gideon? Moff Gideon he's with the child. He's holding the dark saber over him. He's telling Mando, drop your blaster and kick it to me. With this child's blood and his extraordinary powers, a balance can be restored throughout. Not balance, I'm sorry, order can be restored throughout the galaxy. He's like, I already have what I want from him. You know, I know Bo-Katan wants this, and with this, she can with this, I'm in control of Mandalore. And Mando just outright says, I don't really care about any of that. I just want him back. You can keep the damn sword. I don't care. And of course, when he makes a play to go get Baby Yoda being so cute, Grogu being so adorable, cooing and looking over Mando because he's happy to see him, they get into one of the best fights ever. Because the only thing that the dark saber cannot cut through is Viscarian armor, and Mando is decked out and it also has a weapon made of it. He already used his handy little Gatling thing with the small missiles. He tried to use on a Death Watch trooper. That didn't go well. So he's out of that. Moff Gideon's just basically reading them saying, I know everything. So they get into this really good fight. Um, I wish I could say his name correctly. Moff Gideon's actor. I'm gonna mess it up, and I don't want to mess it up. But he is fantastic. This is a really great fight scene. But Mando gets the upper hand, and he's like, "You're not gonna outright kill me." He brings him before Bo-Katan with the dark saber in hand, and we're in this tense situation where Moff blatantly, Cara Dune's like, "I can bring this guy in alive. This is gonna be great. This is great because she's a rebel marshal now." But Bo-Katan is silent, and Moff Gideon is telling him, "Yeah, she has to beat you in combat for that saber. It's not the saber. The saber is not all powerful. It's the story behind the saber that brings all the power with it." And Mando's like, okay, I yield. You win. Just take the sword. I don't want it. I don't care about any of this. And she basically flat out says he's right. You can't do it. Well, while they're having this intense discussion about how what's going to happen because she has to fight him and beat him in battle, the Death Watch troopers are back. The Death troopers are back. They're making their way. Moff saying, me and the child gonna be the only ones left alive. You guys are gonna die. And these things are marching. They're making their way. They're punching through the steel. Everyone's getting ready. It's a very tense situation. I'm gonna pause myself for a minute. So parts of this was unexpectedly spoiled. One friend had posted something, and I kind of put two and two together, and I said, well, no, that went on social media, and this actor said something, and I said, darn it, it was spoiled. But this moment was so tense. This was so well done. I had forgotten all of that. So restart this, hit play. While they're preparing, because there's two of these Death Watch troopers that are punching, Rock'em Sock'em Robot punching through this door. They're gonna get through this double sealed door in this flight deck, and a single X-wing comes in. All my hardcore Star Wars fans know where I'm going with this. Original X-wing comes through. Fennec tries to say, who are you? What's say something. Says nothing. This X-wing comes in. Now there's a platoon of Death Troopers. Keep calling them Death Watch. Death Troopers. These Death Troopers are everywhere. All of a sudden, we see this cloak moving through the hallways because they can see on the cameras. This guy busts out a lightsaber. Now, originally we can only see this in black and white. This guy's cutting these Death Troopers down with the greatest of ease, slice after slice, cut after cut. We get a little bit of color. See, it's a black hoodie, black glove, and a green lightsaber going to town. And Grogu is just looking at the camera, reaching out to it, touching it as if he's communicating. And this might be the one who Grogu had called. Well, this Jedi makes his way all the way to the elevator, right where the I want to say there was 10 of these death troopers are trying to break in there to kill them essentially. He's taking care of all the others, and you get this really cool, pardon my language, cool as hell fight scene where I'm just this he's cutting them down. He uses the force to crush one. Mando Mando could not, he had a hard time handling one of these. And this guy just went through them with ease. Who could this Jedi be? Well, Mando he's paying attention to Grogu. He's telling them open the doors because now everything is silent and they're like, what's going on? Silent, he tells them, open the doors. Are you crazy? He says, fine. He opens the door himself. This Jedi comes through, flips the hood. It is Luke freaking Skywalker. That's what it was slightly spoiled for me. Especially I saw Mark Hamill's tweet. He's like, anybody seen a good TV? And I put two and two together. It was Luke Skywalker. The Luke. This is after Return of the Jedi Luke. Because the Mandalorian takes place after that. Before the new trilogy. That's the new trilogy. This is right after that. And this is Luke Skywalker. That is the Jedi Master, the Jedi Knight. And he's he's there for Grogu. He's saying, I'm here for him. Please, bring him to me. He's like, well, doesn't look like he wants to. Mando's like, he doesn't look like he wants to go. He's like, he's asking you for permission. You two have a bond, and we get this really, like my emotions are high at this point. We get this really touching moment where he's saying, "Kid, it's all right. He's your people," and Luke is Luke is just being Luke. Luke is flat out saying, he will never be safe until he learns how to master his power, until he learns how to understand it and control it. I can help him, and I promise on my life, I will keep him safe because Luke was trained by the Yoda, so he probably sees and Grogu Yoda, because that's the only one that he's ever met. And we have this good, really, really great moment. And you remember, if you've seen season one, Mando only had his helmet off once. Last episode, he had to take it off so he can try to get to the kid. He's holding Grogu. Grogu is like reaching out for him, and he takes his helmet off. In front of everybody, takes it off. Grogu's touching him, and just the emotion, just not on, just on this puppet's face, on his face. It gets. Yeah, I got teary. I'm not gonna lie. I was tearing. I was ready to just cry and everything. And it's really great. No words are spoken until he's saying, "I promise, I will. You will see me again. I promise you." So this is like a father sending his son off to school, sending off to learn the ways of the Force, and just yeah, teary. If you care about this and you fall into the trap of emotion, you're gonna get teary. And he sets him down. Grogu kind of hugs his leg a little bit more longer. Mando still keeps the helmet off, so the kid, so his son knows his face. He goes over to Luke Skywalker, and from behind Luke, we get R2D2. Just to let you all know, the original writer to play R2D2, I believe he passed away before Rise of Skywalker could finish, if I remember correctly. He passed away. So this was another touching moment, kind of like, wow. And, they're looking at each other, and Luke is smiling. He nods to Mando. Mando nods to him. He says, "May the Force be with you." That's where it ends. For now, we get the credits. Wonderful music, wonderful score. And then we're back on Tatooine. We are in Jabba the Hutt's old lair. And if you remember I don't know his henchman's name, sorry, but the guy with the long frill that would translate for Jabba, he's speaking in the Hutt language. And, he's sending guards, and he gets two guards that get killed. Fennec's coming through, killing everyone, frees the Twi'lek that is chained to the throne, and down comes Boba Fett. The guy tells that Boba, I heard stories. I thought you were dead. Boba Fett just flat out shoots the guy, kicks him off the throne, sits down. Fennec is sitting on the armrest with some blue drink, and the Book of Boba Fett, which is coming out December 2021. So, it took me 17 minutes to get through this. And me telling you what happened, just please, if you have Disney Plus, watch this. If you don't have Disney Plus, get it. This is literally worth your subscription. It's fantastic. I was very emotional. I was emotional because when you think about bringing Star Wars back, yeah, I'm from that generation where our trilogy was episodes 1 through 3. Yeah, we had, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. We had all the comics before they did the prequels. We had the books, everything. We had everything that happened afterwards with the extended universe that is now not in canon to Disney because they got to make movies and stuff and TV and stuff. But this was this was the perfect. This is what the new trilogy should have been. The Mandalorian is an original prop. These are new characters, but we are greeted with familiar creatures. Baby Yoda. We are greeted. We went the whole first season establishing new guys, showing hints and teases of old people. The last episode, we see the dark saber. If you watch Star Wars Rebels, you knew what it was. Then all of a sudden, we see the Mandalorians. We see the not just Death Watch, the Death Troopers. Then when we get to season 2, we get Ahsoka Tano, one of the best, if not the best thing about Clone Wars, who also showed up in Rebels. We get Bo-Katan from Rebels. We get, and now for season finale, would have never thought Luke Skywalker. We got Boba Fett. I thought Boba Fett was it. We got Luke freaking Skywalker. This is how you show love and homage to a franchise while doing something new. Mando is a brand new character. Cara Dune is a brand new character. Fennec is a brand new character. This is how you give ties to the old while slowly passing and symbolically passing the torch. I can't even say slowly. You're passing the torch. And seeing this Luke, if you haven't seen Last Jedi, whatever, I told you spoilers in this. This is way better for me to see Luke like this than for him to die on a random planet, or me seeing him drink blue cow booby milk and acting really weird and not acting like Luke Skywalker. This was fantastic. That is why this is awesome. The cameo was great. The look of everything was great. The music, like, even though I was spoiled, semi spoiled, I was on the edge of my seat. I was wondering, how the hell are you getting out of this? I had the pit of my stomach was just like, I'm like, are they all actually gonna die except for like maybe two? Like, I actually like these characters. And the implication of this is, when we get Mandalorian season 3, that means Mando has to keep his promise to stay alive. That means we're gonna get Grogu, who will have a lightsaber, who will more than likely be able to talk. Hopefully this takes place before Kylo Ren's big temper tantrum, which I suspect, if this is young Luke Skywalker, that means his nephew hasn't been born. So hopefully he gets his training and then he goes back to his dad. Uh, Implications of the book of Boba Fett. We're gonna see Boba Fett run Jabba's whole establishment. Boba Fett is he's one of the most popular characters in Star Wars, and it's funny because kind of barely did anything in the original series. He did cool stuff, but he didn't do a whole lot. It was the extended universe stuff with him surviving the Starlight Pit, which John Favreau had him doing this, and him training. He actually in the extended universe, guys, both Leia, and Han, they had twins, boy and a girl. The boy ended up turning to the dark side, and I believe he become the, I want to say, Darth Sidious. He might have became his new Sidious. Did come back and tried to take Luke. He had Luke, and Luke had to get close to end up kill him again. But he became one of Han's boy became evil, kind of like how Kylo Ren. But he had a daughter, and his daughter, she was trained by Boba Fett. She searched him out. She's like, "You're the one guy that actually caught my dad. I want to train with you." On top of having her Jedi training. Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up is Boba Fett has done cool things in the extended universe. All this media is still out there. You can look for it, but the implication of having Ming-na Wen, who's a fantastic actress, so glad she is in more properties with this company because she was amazing as Agent May and Agents of Shield. This is just fantastic. Sky's the limit for whatever else they bring out with Star Wars, and I really do hope we get a young Luke Skywalker. There was talks of Sebastian Stan possibly playing young Luke if he gets the blessing of Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill gave them his blessing for this. I can't tell if he actually did the voice lines and they just kind of, because Mark Hamill has a deeper voice. He sounds more like Joker than he did when he was younger. They probably took the tone down. If he approves of Sebastian Stan young Luke Skywalker series, that means the series is going to be amazing. So yeah, tell me, guys, are you excited for whatever else happens in this universe now? Like, finally, this is how it's done. Fantastic. Rating. So I do everything out of 5, but I would take a cue from the Angry Joe show. And Joe made a good point. He said, just because something isn't a perfect 10 doesn't mean it's not really good. So when I'm saying like other episodes like nines, sorry, not nines, or like fours or 4.5, doesn't mean just because they're not perfect that they're not really good. This is a 5 out of 5. Well, my rating is a 5 out of 5. Perfect, amazing. Season 2 better than season 1, and that's amazing to even say that. It is fantastic. It is off the charts. If you have Disney Plus, watch this. If you don't, pick it up because you're gonna get cool stuff in January anyway with WandaVision and blah 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 blah. I'm rambling. Please watch this. 5 out of 5. Perfect. Amazing. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna love it. And it's kind of it's crazy. Well, no, it's crazy. I would suggest people watching this even if you don't like Star Wars, and this might actually ruin other things for you. This doesn't ruin the original trilogy, And some of the good parts of the other trilogies, like the prequel and the sequel, there's some good parts in there. But this will ruin a lot of stuff for you because this is very well done. This is done by people that actually care about the franchise that they're making, and that's how most things should be done. Whether it's movies from books, movies from TVs, movies from comics, television series from movies, comics, etc., etc. People should care about what they're making and not filling quotas or not trying to hit beats or trying to subvert expectations. You don't need to subvert expectations. You just need to make sure you fulfill expectations. And that's what this did. So, again, guys, thank you for showing up. Tell me what you thought about the episode down below. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, get notified of more videos like this. I will figure out something else to fill in this time slot. I actually plan on watching Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I was going to watch that tonight. I've had a very long, emotional day, not just with this, but with other things that have gone on. So I will probably try to watch Ma Rainey. If not, I don't want to fall asleep watching it. So if not tomorrow, Sunday, I plan on watching it. And I will definitely give you a review. It's Chadwick Boseman's last movie. It deserves to be watched and it deserves to be revered. So again, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Be good, be blessed. Wash your hands, wear your mask. Black Lives Matter. And as always, I will definitely see you next time.